Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender show. Well, very soon we'll be starting our Respect Awareness Weekend. We'll start getting all the advertising going. We'll start asking everyone to try and support us, making sure that we all bang the drum, supporting our referees on and off the field of play, making sure the kids enjoy their football, making sure that the sidelines are very quiet and very encouraging when they start supporting the kids, when they start watching the kids. Making sure that the kids enjoy themselves and they just stay out of it and clap when the kids start performing, because that's all they do. And if they make a mistake, forget about it. It doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. You just let those kids develop, and that is what grassroots football is all about. And many of those referees out there are kids themselves. So remember, when you start, or if you're one of those people who give that verbal abuse and show aggressive behaviour on the sidelines, then take a back seat, because we've seen that there's a new code of conduct come out that all the parents and all the coaches and everyone have had to sign for them, because there's consequences if you don't. Now they can get you by turning around and saying, well, you sign that code of conduct and you've misbehaved. Now we can misbehave in a certain way that you don't agree with what's on that code of conduct, but it seems to cover everything. Now there is circumstances where they'll probably look into, they'll investigate. If it really is serious, then you don't have a leg to stand on, and the club can be responsible for that spectator as well. But going on to that, obviously there's going to be there'll be fines. We know that, because managers and coaches are responsible for coaching or looking at their parents, so they have a responsibility. Basically, if one of your parents steps out of line and it goes to the county FA, then you will fail to control your parents, and there will be a big fine regardless of any other situation. You could win everything else, but you'll still have a fine to pay. Now, if you look, we're going to the Premier League very shortly indeed, we know that, but I'm pushing this. I'll tell you what, let's go into the Premier League and then we'll come back to what we're doing with grassroots football. But don't forget, if you're out and about, you've got friendlies maybe tomorrow, maybe this evening, later this evening at the hubs. Make sure that you respect that referee. Make sure that you look after that referee, because that referee is going to be there in the next couple of weeks at a league near you. And I think some of the leagues may start around about September the 14th. Some may start earlier. But hey ho, it's one of those things that the leagues will start when the kids go back to school, and that's on its way. Unfortunately, sorry kids, but if you're still on holiday or you're going away on holiday, enjoy the moment. It won't be long before you're off on holiday once again, a half term. We know the way these holidays come thick and fast, and it may be 1 week or 2 weeks, but you'll get another break soon to ease you back into the schoolwork. And good luck to you if you're in a new school year, different school. Fingers crossed everything goes well for you kids and you enjoy it, because life is too short to try and make sure that you do enjoy it. And what we don't want, obviously, in schools, any bullying whatsoever, no aggressive behaviour, no verbal abuse. Everyone should be friends in school, because it's the best time of your life, I assure you, and we want people to remember them. Not like us. Schools are absolutely fantastic now. I can turn around and tell you about my school, but I won't, but to be honest, I'm glad I'm not back in school, in my school, but I know your schools are absolutely fantastic. The teachers do everything they can to try and make sure that you enjoy your life in school and your learning process, and also the facilities that you have now are second to none. We didn't have facilities. We had muddy pitches to play football on. We had things like PE, and it was what were we doing, cross-country runs, and then we were in the gym, basketball. It wasn't really, you know, oh wow, can't wait for tomorrow, we've got PE. We only enjoyed our football, and it was our house football. That was great. It was something to look forward to, and you got the school team. It was great as well. So, you know, the process was there, but we didn't have the facilities, we didn't have the oomph, the push for any of us to go out there and really make it. Some of our parents just didn't bother with the football, because again, there was no facilities, there's no what you've got now, there was no governing body in grassroots football. It was just like a free-for-all, and people just turned up. And believe me, this is why we started our campaign in 2003, to make a difference in grassroots football, and we believe that we did with Don't Cross the Line. We've done a lot. But we'll come back again to that one. But in the meantime, your Premier League teams are playing this weekend. Good luck, because we have the international break just after that one, so it's just come back and we're just getting used to it, and then we've got a break again, we've got to watch the England games. I'm not really a fan of all that. I just want Premier League to continue and continue, because I'm loving the football. I'm loving the likes of your Brightons at the moment, your Fulhams, watching them play football. Brilliant, it really is. Evertonians, yeah, it might just take a little while for your team to get going, but there's something not right there at the moment. And I'm sure Sean Dyche will turn it around. Now, last season and the season before, Sean Dyche was a hero to you, and I'm learning and watching and seeing the comments about the man. He's not the right man for the job. And now David Moyes has left West Ham. He seems to be the superhero once again in the new stadium. Now, do you know what? You're all fantastic against him, and I hate when managers get the blame for the team. I really do. The team is picked. Okay, changes. You might like some of the changes that go in and some of the signings, but you have to stick with your team, get behind your team. And what I saw with a minority of Everton fans the other day, the way they were slating their players, it's not really good. It just reminds me of grassroots football as well. So we've got to keep that down as well, and make sure that we do respect your players, respect your team, respect each other, go out there, and we know it's all about winning, especially in the Premier League. Kids football is a little bit different, grassroots football. It shouldn't be about winning at all costs, it should be about development. But we look at the Premier League teams and we see what's happening. So I'm sure the likes of Everton will, because it was all over video, wasn't it? I'm sure they've got the those videos, and those fans will not be welcome into the ground itself after that, because at the end of the day, if those players are what they say, why would you go and watch the football team anyway? Doesn't make sense to me. Go and support them, get behind the team, and they will pick up, they'll start winning games. I'm just amazed the likes of Fulham, Brentford and Brighton, what they're doing. These are the so-called smaller teams, but they're playing some brilliant football. And you know what, I've been watching them, even Southampton, the way they're all spending money. Where's the money come from for all these teams? Where's it suddenly come from? They're spending fortunes and getting players in. Players want to go and play for them to take on the big boys, and they know playing for the likes of Fulham, Brighton, Brentford, Southampton, they will get in there and have a game week in, week out. We've lost a couple of our cracking players. They've gone to Brentford because they want more game time, and that will improve them because Liverpool could not offer them. And I'm sorry to see these youngsters go from the likes of Liverpool. I really am, because I think Klopp Academy, they built a great academy, and we're looking at our under-21s now, and they can't win a game for toffee. And it's, you know, at the end of the day, you need to build your academy up and bring local kids through, and I believe that local kids as well should be given a chance to play in the first team. Not all foreigners, and I'm not, you know, we call ourselves Liverpool, but you look at how many Scousers are in there, how many local players are in there, like Man United, like Everton. Everyone looks, and we want more local players. You can't tell me that the local players in this, in the game we've got, we have none. We have none making it into the Premier League. What is the difference? Why are all these foreign players a lot better than ourselves, you know? And I just, if I had my way, everyone, if Liverpool will call Liverpool, everyone will be from Liverpool. This is my way. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of Evertonians saying the same things. They would be putting Everton players in, Scousers, local, and that's the way it goes. Manchester, I bet you they do the same. I bet everyone would. What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts? If you called Manchester, then let's get the locals in. Let's give them a chance. Let's let them play. And rather than buying or paying millions from players coming from abroad and slotting into the team and keeping our local players out, no wonder there's no work in this country. Anyway, good luck to all the Premier League teams that kick off this weekend, especially Liverpool against Manchester United. What a big game. It doesn't normally come that early, but this one has. I'm expecting good things, but also Man United just seem to tear it on against us. I think Manchester United, if they could play Liverpool every week, they would be very, very happy, because all the players are lifted and the game seems to be a cracking game lately. And it's no difference on Sunday. I think it's going to be a close game and maybe one goal in it, and I'm hoping that goal comes from Liverpool. We need to start flying, and we need to start performing the way we are. Is there a different method that I'm watching at Liverpool? We've only played 2 games, and what I saw when the Liverpool were doing the pre-season, I thought they were outstanding. We had some kids in, the football we were playing was just attack, but now we come to 2 games in, and I look at the Premier League and I see a slight difference. I don't like that going back to the goalie line, an attacker player comes at you, because that's when the keepers will make a mistake, and you're seeing that lately. So come on, let's get some attacking football. The best form of defence is attacking football, and that has never changed, and that's the way it should always will be, always be. And I'm sure you fans out there will be going, yeah, you don't mind your team losing the game if they go hell for leather and attack that ball and attack the opposition, and it's great football. Everyone just applauds it, whether you win, lose or draw. It's a great game of football, and you can turn around and say, wow, what a game of football, especially if you do manage to win. Well, there you go, Premier League, all in action, but please, on the sidelines, on the touchline, should I say, in the stands, in the stadium itself, please respect each other. Just get behind your team, and I'm sure they'll start performing. 3 games in, it'll be tomorrow. It's very early in the season. But come on, Liverpool at the weekend, come on, and I'll be talking more about that, because we're already into Friday, and I'm getting excited already. Anyway, there you go, deadline day. Wow, deadline day. Are you happy with your signings for the Premier League? Honestly, there's players, even now when I go home, it's 11 o'clock deadline tonight. This show will be out earlier than that. I'm happy with Liverpool's business. I'm unsure, because we've won 2. If we'd have lost 2, there'd have been ructions now. Is Arne Slot good enough? We've got no players. Who've we got in? We've got a player who's injured all the time. That's who we just signed. We don't know what to expect. Well, you hold your hands up and you start thinking, maybe, just maybe, Liverpool do not need any signings and spend any money. That remains to be seen, so we'll know that in the first few weeks, because the deadline time is 11 PM. We sold a lot of kids, which I'm certainly not happy with. Some of the players, could we have kept hold of them? I'm not too sure. Some of them have gone out on loan, but what's it doing to the academy players? Where is the Liverpool way? Who are we bringing through, 13, 14-year-olds? I don't know, but that's my opinion about Liverpool. I'd love to hear yours. Everton, are you happy with what's happening? I know you hear you want more players out than in, to be honest, because they're not performing. So let's see what 11 o'clock deadline brings, and let's just see what the weekend brings in the Premier League, because we'll all have new players to perform, and that remains to be seen. Okay, that's the Premier League deadline day. Good luck to all the Premier League teams. Let's hope you get all the players that you need. I don't know what's happened to Raheem Sterling. Will he go? Will he stay? £300,000 a week. Oh, I think I'd stay, whether I was playing or not. Anyway, good luck to the Premier League. Now to grassroots football, and you know what we've been doing with DXTL, from the touchlines on YouTube, on SoundCloud, and on our petition. Sign the petition. See, this is what we've been doing, and I'm going to bring that closer to the camera very shortly, because I want to see if you can scan the barcode and the QR code and get your signature on, because we're asking everyone to sign this. Now, if you go to grassroots football and you're paying out left, right and centre, are you happy with the costs at the moment surrounding your team, your kids, exactly what you're all paying? Now, we know people who won't sign this are the people who are happy because the money is coming in. They never, ever in a million years sign this petition. And I can see that when I look, because you can have a look at who signed, and thank you to everyone who signed it so far, right around the country. And I didn't believe that it was going to come in from, so there's over 200 people have signed this petition, and I know there's going to be many more, because you'll bang the drum right the way through when the season starts, when the kids start coming back from holiday, and the fans see that, the real fans, parents spending out a fortune. They're giving your clubs, they could be charging too much and you're not happy with, and you're struggling and you're making ends meet, and you're just thinking, I'm not going to say anything about this, but it's cost me a fortune. So we want to be your spokesperson. We want to turn around and make sure that we bang the drum and send the message out there to everyone that it is overcosting. I had 2 teams and I saw it. So I've got to say, I've been there, wore the t-shirt and know what I'm talking about, because I've had 40 odd years experience in grassroots football and I've seen what actually happens. And we have the support of football's governing bodies, but I'm not saying we're having the support of football's governing bodies on this one. This is a separate entity. This is a petition that I've seen and I've heard and I've talked to managers, players, parents, everyone saying it's costing them a fortune. Now we do see kids in brand new boots because that's pressure. That's gone on for years. We all know that kids will walk out and get a pair of brand new top of the range training shoes, and then the mates will put pressure on the parents to get more. And parents don't like to talk about it, but they have to make sure that they're in that circle of I've got brand new trainees, and it's the same with football boots. It doesn't mean because they're wearing brand new football boots that those parents have got loads of money. It doesn't. It just means that they're in that circle and those parents are buying those boots to be part of the team. And that is what's happening in the circle of grassroots football. Because I believe, you know, training in these hubs, which are charitable trusts, are just far too dear, far too expensive. And I know there's help out there and courses, but you have to qualify. So anyone who doesn't qualify, who's not on that, just that lowest income, they can't qualify for level 1 courses or free courses. It's great to say we're giving these away, but there's always something about it that you have to qualify. You know, it doesn't mean that people who just are out that qualifying range can't afford what they're paying each week for their subs, for the kits. If they don't have a sponsor, they've got to buy that on top. They're putting in more money for spot the balls. You name it. The clubs are putting in all these things that parents, and the pressure goes on parents. They don't like to say no. If Tommy puts it on, Billy's got to put it on, because otherwise people get to know. They're all in these groups, and if you don't start putting your name down, people will go, what about so-and-so? These kids getting everything. Why doesn't he ever have a go at this spot the ball? And it's terrible pressure, unwanted pressure within the clubs. It really is. You need to take a back seat and start thinking, we can't keep doing this every week. We've got to look after parents. We've got to ask the parents what they want. Have a monthly meeting. Do we have a monthly meeting, a parents meeting? I don't see that. I don't see that, because I know parents now might speak their mind, and I know they can't come with the kids as well, but they can. If they've got something to say and they're scared to say, they need to get it out. They need to get it out and tell everyone that they just can't afford it. Can it be cheaper? Can the clubs help them? Can we do something? And I know these clubs who collect money in do have a nest egg that they can talk to parents and say, well, we do it, you know, we ask the parents, we can't afford it, we'll help. And then there'll be jealousy of someone else saying, well, why should I have to pay mine when so-and-so is getting theirs paid? And I've seen them working, I've seen them doing this. I'm only working, I'm only on a small wage. And it's a vicious circle. It really is a vicious circle. So we are trying to push this out for grassroots football, and we're trying to rally to the government to let them know that people cannot really afford all these bills, massive bills. You know, you've got your pitch fees, you've got your affiliation fees, you've got courses if you're a coach that you have to pay, safeguarding DBS. And I don't know about this DBS, but I'm wondering why pressure can't be put on to one DBS completes all. And I know you can take one of these out, but I don't think it, unless you really pressurise the FA to say you've got one of these for all DBS checks, they won't do it. They'll still charge you their fee. So we just need this one DBS, and yes, we know that can change the next day. Obviously, consequences, certain circumstances can change where they don't suddenly qualify for the DBS check. But that's the way this country is. Also, your safeguarding, how much is it costing? Your level 1 courses, we've just been talking, you can go and get a free course, it's easy to say, and then you get told that affiliation only costs you 60 pence a game. It's a poor way of putting it round, it really, really is, because even 60 pence for £1 a game, if you ain't got that money, does mount up. And the kids are all in the cafes who are then saying, I want a coffee, I want a hot dog. There's no, if you look at it on these cafes, is there any healthy food that is served? I don't think there is around these hubs. Let me know if I'm wrong, man@tonetextiline.com. You know, people are all throwing burgers and hot dogs and tomato sauce, loads of sugar, and the kids just need healthy meals as well, because there's a lot of obesity out there. Kids who don't play football, and they might come to watch brother and sister and, oh, there's a nice hot dog and all that. Let's give healthy meals out as well. Now I'm going to hold this up, and I ask you, please, please, to sign a petition if you think that we're paying too much at grassroots football, because your hubs there, as we say, are charging for under 7 years of age, 5-a-side teams. So we're going to have 5 players, for instance. You're paying £51 for a quarter pitch off a full pitch for 1 hour's training. And then you could say, oh, there's only 5 of them. That's too big for them. They could get other teams in. It shouldn't be up to them. There should be concessions. There should be money coming back. And this is what we're pushing for change for with Don't Cross the Line. We're trying to make it better for everyone's pocket. We're not going against people earning money, because we talk about referees as well. The referee fees are on top of that. And I think that referees should be capped as well. And the FA or the county FA should do something about it, because people are paying. And I've seen games where teams are offering £100 for the referee. It could be 150, it could be 200. I've seen people offering kids with goals £200. Yeah, these are people with money. These are people with money. So it looks like to everyone else, wow, it's easy. But we talk about horse racing being the sport of kings. And I think football, especially grassroots football, is starting to take over that, because it's money wherever you are. Have a look around. Before we know it, we'll be having transfers in kids football where teams are charging and making money. You can have Billy there, £100, 250 quid, £1,000. Will it happen? No, the FA may not let it happen. But who's to stop it happening? And why would they stop that when they're not stopping anything else? Come on, have a little vote. Well, not a vote. Just sign. Please sign. Here, look at it, QR code. I'll put it right up. Right up. There you go. Scan over that. I don't know, with my finger might be in the way. Scan over it. Have a little scan. And then sign our petition if you're supporting what we're standing for. Push for change, because the change is better in your pocket than out. Believe me. So there you go. Thank you very much. Thanks again to all our people, everyone who supported the campaign. And we want to try and get 100,000. And don't forget, people will look and go, not many signing that, is there? But the people who are signing it are the people who matter. And you've got to start from a low source before you can reach 100,000 signatures. Thanks for tuning into the show. We'll be back soon with our young commentators, and then you get rid of me. So in the meantime, from Mal at Don't Cross the Line, Respect Programme, No Ref No Game, Hearts of Gold initiatives, and Push for Change initiative, why don't you sign the petition and make a difference and bring those costs down, because change is better in your pocket than out. We'll see you tomorrow around about 6 o'clock. Myself, Mal Lee, have a great evening. Good night, God bless.